Alright, guys and gals, welcome back. Welcome back to episode 4. So, we are going to be delving into Sen's Funhouse. A couple things to note about this area. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. Keep your wits about you. Look out for traps. I'll highlight as many as I can. Especially those that you can use to your advantage. For instance, this first one coming up here. You can actually use it to kill one of the snake men, so don't step onto that. Come over here. You want to gain their aggro. Once you have their aggro, you're going to run straight out, hit the trap, and as you can see, that has greatly damaged the one at the back, rendering both of them a one-shot. Pretty straightforward. The traps also, at least this one, do not reactivate, so once it's done, it's done. There you go. We're already 2 enemies in. Grab a lovely soul item here. Shields out. Excuse me. Still quite ill, unfortunately. Okay, now this is where things get a bit annoying. So, these lovely traps right here, as well as our dear friend at the end, these are the reasons why Sen's Funhouse is called Sen's Funhouse, and nobody really enjoys it. So, this is a timing game. I find it a lot easier to look down, but the one thing you've got to remember is, unfortunately, this lovely enemy up to the right on the ledge, they are a ranged version of the Snake Man, and they're going to start to cast lightning at us. So you want to stay under the bridge, get the aggro of this lovely gentleman over here. And beat it underneath the bridge. You do not want to go any further, because then the lightning will hit you. Once that's done, wait for the timing. That was a little off. And you should be good to go. Once you're across, I wouldn't worry too much about the lightning enemy. We're going to go take care of him in a second. Keep your shields up, though. Excuse me. Enemies in this area are very unforgiving. So you want to make sure, as you can see, they also can damage us through our shield. But that's fine. This was one of the more annoying parts of this. Watch out for the trap right at the entrance here. You could trigger it if you'd like. Just remember, shields up. We're getting to the part of the game now. I don't think mimics start until we get to Anor Londo, but I would recommend you start getting into the habit of attacking the the chests. One hit is not enough to damage them. I do recall there is something with the chain. If I remember correctly, it faces towards you when it's a mimic. But we'll get into mimics once we get to Anor Londo. They're an entirely separate bunch of BS on their own. Okay, we will be coming back this way because there is a bunch of things we need behind here. But we'll still just take care of this guy, just to make sure he's not there when we come back. Okay, now... Whoa. I didn't expect the rock to hit you that quickly, my friend. What's up, brother? You good? Yeah, you are. Goodbye. Okay, so now, this rock section is not too hard, but what we want to do is we want to drop off for that item there. So we're going to wait for it to roll past, and then we are going to run, because this is not just an item, it's the start of a quest line. So we're going to talk to Sigurd. Sigurd of Katarina, I think he is called. I know he's from Katarina, I swear his name is Sigurd. And just like with Solaire the first time we met him, we just want to literally just exhaust his dialogue until he starts repeating the same phrases. We missed the item. Yes, the item is higher. Okay, so we're gonna have to drop off one more time. I do recall it just being a soul item, but I don't care if it's a soul item, I want it. I like my shinies. Okay, so wait, run. This is a lot easier now that we have the the Estus ring. Yeah, we're just gonna drop in here really quickly. Woo-wee! Good news is those enemies are pretty much one hit with the level that we have our halberd at right now, so that's the good part. All right, drop down here. Oh, the Shoto. Not a bad weapon. If I remember correctly, it's primarily dex scaled, but still not a bad weapon. Okay, recover our stam. Wait, and run. Alright, so now we're getting to the part where we're going to go and essentially get rid of these lovely boulders. Or maybe not get rid of them. Get rid of them is the wrong word, or the wrong phrase. We're going to essentially realign them so that they go down a different path. Shields up. Don't remember if there's an enemy in here. There is not. Oh, not a mimic, yay. Ooh! This is great. I actually forgot this was here, but I don't really want to lose the Chloranthy effect. But Ring of Steel Protection, that is, yeah, that is actually a great... Okay, we're gonna leave it as, Chloranthy for now, but keep in mind that is an amazing ring. Essentially, it boosts your damage against physical attacks. For most parts, the enemies you will be fighting in the game, they do deal physical damage. All right, run against the wall for this part. All right, there we go. Now he's aggroed. Just gonna wait for him to come through. Woo-wee! I don't know how that first one missed, but sure. Alright. Yeah, if you walk against the wall there, it'll just shoot past you. You also can try to bait him through first, so then the attack hits him. Alright, now this part is very annoying. What I would suggest you do is take all your armor off. I would also suggest, just for this part, that we switch over to... I'm still medium rolling. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take that off. Let me see. There we go. Now we're light rolling. Perfect. Okay, so this part is very annoying. We have to get to the very tippy top of this area. But as you're about to see, it's gonna be very, very close. On top of being very close, with no armor on, etc., we're pretty much going to be a one-shot to this boulder. Alright, so we do got to keep that in mind. What you want to do is literally wait until it hits, and then we're going to run. So the very next one, we're going to skedoodle. You got to be quick on this one. Your error for margin is almost non-existent. So run up the side, and jump roll. And that's that. Once you're up, you're pretty much set. Getting here is the part that absolutely sucks. All right, now that we're all re-equipped, we're good to go. So we're going to be heading up here, but before we do, we're going to essentially unlock someone real quick. Now, ideally, what you want to do is you want to have it so that it keeps flying out the window. Right? It literally just falls out of here, doesn't harm anybody, yip-de-doo-da-day. But what we want to do is, if I recall, it's this direction. We want to get a NPC. So I'm going to send this one through here first. Then we're going to send this one through here. And now we're going to spin it back around so it goes back out the window. Okay, and then we're gonna run down this way. So if you guys remember where we killed our friend earlier, I said we'll be heading back in that direction. And as you can see now, this is where he was leaning. The wall is open. And the reason we are coming here is because there is a sorcery gentleman here, Big Hat Logan. We are going to exhaust his dialogue, and he is going to, after opening the door, my apologies, he is going to now head back to Firelink. Now this is a exceptionally high level, I guess you could say is spell merchant, if you will. He's going to be the one that's going to be selling you your end game spells if you are going for a magic class. Grab the soul item here. I don't recall there being anything else. Nope. So you really want to rescue him. He's got an entire quest line devoted to him. I'm not going to get into it because we're not doing a magic build. But if you do, excuse me, if you do, then you definitely want to get him. He's got pretty much all the end game, not miracles, sorceries that you need. Just making sure hasn't come back here. No. Wait a minute. I think our dear friend has spun it back around on us, hasn't he? Yep. So this is going to be a little trickier. So essentially what happened is there is an enemy at the very top. I'm going to have to try to make it with the halberd, unfortunately. Yeah, let me see. That's how fast it is with. Oh yeah, I'm way faster without. Ugh. That is a problemo. Excuse me. Actually, let me see. You know, I should be able to make it with. So essentially, there is an enemy who spawns when you. Actually, I wonder if we could take this off. That should spare us. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So there's an enemy who spawns the moment you leave the room after switching the rocks around. And they essentially set... Damn! Alright. Well, it's good to know we could survive a hit, but it kind of sucks. Alright, nice and quick. What they do is they will essentially re-trigger it to go back down the path that you're coming from to essentially stalemate you. Very annoying. Very annoying. But now we can get our items back. Okay, so now we're good. Now we're gonna head up. There are a bunch of other goodies. You can also head down to the very excuse me, the very bottom of Sen's Fortress. You can either do it by dropping off the trap ledge when we first entered, or by just following the paths down. Trigger another trap here. And essentially at the very bottom there are a plethora of Titanite demons, which are the same things we saw by Andre, the blacksmith, that I said we wouldn't bother with for now. It's not it. Oh, wait, where are you? You're in a window somewhere, I remember you. Okay, so there's another one of those lovely lightning boyzos right here. Anyway, yeah, if you head all the way to the bottom, there are, I believe it's either 2 or 3 of those Titanite demons. You can kill them to get the demon Titanite if you require it for your build. Alright, it's pretty straightforward on that one. Just wait for it to... Trying to aggro our dear friend here. He does not seem to want to aggro onto me. I also don't want to get hit by lightning from behind. Oh, okay. Okay. Very nice. Just don't lose your cool in this area, even if you get hit. You want to remain calm and composed. It is a very difficult area. It is not meant to be a fun area of the game. It is meant to be essentially a challenge and DPS check to make sure that you are ready for what is about to come, which is Anor Londo. Okay, so now this gentleman here, I do not recall if we saved the poison knives. We did not. If you guys remember, in one of the earlier episodes, I showed you where the merchant is, where you could buy the poison clumps for the toxic and poison. You can also buy poison knives from her, poison throwing knives, and then that kind of trivializes this because you can essentially poison this enemy and you'll be like 100% good to go, because they are going to be extremely annoying in getting across this bridge. Do keep that in mind. They are a very frustrating enemy. Also, be aware, there's another 2 traps right here. Ooh, I just almost ran off the edge. That would have sucked. All right, well, we're just gonna come over here and take care of Buddy Boy. All right. And we are going to run back in this direction. No traps we got to worry about here. There's also a drop down. You can go down here, which leads down to the bottom where I said you can get the Titanite. All right, well, we're essentially through the trap house portion of this area. Thank God. That doesn't mean this area has gotten any easier, especially this part here. Now that we are up on the roof, we will start getting things thrown at us, as you're about to see, by these giants. Oh, he's not throwing, he's the one loading the trap, right. So, I'm gonna run down here first. Running. There's a couple soul items down here we would like to get. There we go, he's starting to throw now. So you got a couple Balder Knights down here. You guys should, after the first area, be pretty much 100% accustomed to fighting these guys. They're pretty straightforward. Block, attack, straightforward. If you want, you could try to parry. To be honest with you, I've never cared enough to try to parry them. They're pretty much like, especially with the weapon build we have right now. Are you facing forward? No, you're facing back. Ooh, the flame stun ring. Very good against fire attacks. Very situational, but good. If I remember correctly, the DLC is probably that's going to be more useful for us there, but regardless, very good ring. Okay, we're going to run, and hide. And then go. Don't want to get caught in the oil. That fire damage does exceedingly more damage in the oil. Alright, we're gonna come this way, and we've got another one of these. You know what, I'm just gonna call them bell-bearing knights. I know it's not bell-bearing because we're not in Elden Ring, but you know what, we're gonna call them bell-bearing knights. Two hits, fight over. All right, over here. No, we don't need to worry about that. That's not the bonfire. All right, we're going to run, not stop. We're gonna go deal with Mr. Crossbowman. But yeah, you do not want to stop in these areas. It does become a bit of an issue when that giant is just constantly bombarding you with the explosive shells, or bombs, or whatever you want to call them. If I remember correctly, this is a dead end. Yes, it is. Cool. If you have poison arrows, you can take that giant out from over here. Just shoot him a few times with the poison arrow, let it proc, wait for it to deal the damage that it deals, and then just do it again, reproc it again, keep going. The giants themselves are not hard to defeat though, once you get to them. They're very easy to kill because you just essentially just bait their attacks, but we're gonna wait. It doesn't sound like he's even throwing anything right now. Okay, so again, run, do not stop, do not stop, do not stop. Alright. Ow, I thought I would juke you, but I guess not. Woo-wee! Oh, what did you drop from me, my good sir? Oh, Titanite shard, thank you. Okay, we are here now. This is the boss, the Iron Golem. We are going to not go to him just quite yet. We're going to come take care of this lovely gentleman here. As I said, very easy to proc the attacks. For those of you who are familiar with Bloodborne, it's pretty much similar to any large enemies that you would face in that game. The only thing you really have to watch out for is that stomp attack. And then once he tires himself out, take him out. Alright, there we go. Our first Titanite chunk. Okay, I'm not forgetting anything else up here? No? Okay. So that is one of our first dear friends there taken care of. I'm gonna run over into this tower now. Doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doo, doop-de-doop-de-doo. I remember there being a merchant here. I guess I'm losing... Oh, wait, no. I think he's at the jump over. Okay. Oh, sorry, no. That's not where the merchant is. That's where the summon for the boss is, if you'd like to summon help for the boss. We are obviously, unfortunately, not in our human form, so that means absolutely nothing to us. We're just gonna run over and get something else really quickly. And that is our bonfire. Our bonfire. If I remember correctly, one of you is a shortcut, are you not? It's locked. We don't have the key for it. Okay. 1 second, guys. Sorry, phone's going off. Okay. All good. Alright. Don't need shields up. We are pretty good to go. Okay, so we're gonna have to run and make this jump. It's a bit of a long jump. I think we should be good with our current equip load, though. So, here we go. Doopity 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 doop. Just make sure you do not run out of stamina for the jump, obviously. You want to take it on the left side and aim for the middle. And there we go. Alright. This is where our NPC should be. Yep. Doopity doo. Sorry, I just like wrecking furniture. Excuse me. Okay, pretty good items here. You can obviously get the greatsword if you're doing a guts build. Tower shield is also a really good overall shield if you're making like a tank build. You can get the Katarina set from him, as well as the steel armor set, which is what he's wearing. You can also get the Spellstone plate and Thunderstone plate rings. So these are the magic and lightning defense versions of the flame ring that we just found. You can also get Titanite off him if you're having an issue getting the Titanites, especially the green Titanites.
There's nothing more to say. Yeah.
All right.
Nothing at all.
Shields up. I don't recall. It's been so long since I've gone to the bottom of this tower. I don't recall if there are traps on the stairs. It's not the enemies I'm concerned about, it's the traps. Nope, it is just a lovely lightning douchebaggo. Goodbye, sir. Very nice knowing you. Alright, and then you can come down here to grab the cage key, and then that's the key that we need to unlock the shortcut. So I'll be showing you guys a bonfire in a second, but alternatively, you can also get the cage key to activate the shortcut, just in case you don't want to activate the bonfire, although I don't really see any reason why you wouldn't. But regardless. Alright, so yet again, long side, over. We're gonna go unlock the cage. Get the shortcut done. Okay. So now, if we enter here... Yes, for those of you who were in the, who played, Bloodborne, this is not exclusive to our dear friend, I forget his name. In the Nightmare of Mensis. Okay, let me go back up. There's a bunch of soul items down there. You guys can feel free to explore. I'm not showing you all of them because they're just not relevant to our build. And because we already have a bunch of other stuff that we have gone through. Okay, so now we're gonna go get the bonfire. So we're gonna come here, drop down, and we're gonna go the opposite way to the last tower. Shields up, there is an enemy here. I do not recall what it is. I do remember that it does not take a lot of damage to kill, but that it hits very hard. So, shields up. There he is. And of course it has a rapier, which is like the singularly most annoying weapon to fight against. Unless you're doing PvP. Wow. Wow. No, brother. No, brother. No, brother. There we go. And you are going to drop me the rapier. Also very good dex weapon. Scales actually surprisingly decent with dex. Okay, neither of you are mimics, right? No, you are both facing away from me, but just to be safe. Excuse me. Ooh, rare ring of sacrifice. All right. So these are very useful, very similar to the excuse me, very similar to the ring of sacrifice, except this also deals with curse damage. So essentially you die, you don't lose your souls. Also, if you happen to die from an enemy who deals curse damage, then you don't take the curse damage. Okay. So I seem to be having this tower, excuse me, mixed up with one of the other ones. Give me a second. Let me just make sure this gentleman's not going to throw anything at us. I just want to make sure. I know he is technically the trap one, but okay, there's no explosions going off. Should be able to drop down right here. There we go. And there is our bonfire. I always get either that confused with the knight or this one, but this is where we're gonna go. So let's, oh, no humanity. Okay. Let's rectify that really quickly. We do still have a twin humanity after all. Okay, so now we are going to reverse our hollowing. I will show you guys where the summons for the fight is. Again, it's very similar to... we'll get a Kindle too, just so we can have the 10 Estus. Okay, and then, as always, we are going into a boss fight, so if you do have any soul items, make sure you use them. And use as many souls as you can, so that just in case you die, the risk of losing everything during the run back is mitigated as much as humanly possible. Okay, let's get our vitality up a bit, actually. Get a little bit higher on the HP side. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys where the summons is. And we'll be good to go. This drops down right at the entrance to the upper section. And then it's going to be a very similar run back to the one we just did. Our lovely lightning throwing, sorry, not lightning throwing, our lovely archery friend is back. Oh joy. But if you guys notice, the our friend on the roof throwing the explosives is not back. Okay, anyway, we're going to come through here. It is time to go fight the boss. So this area is already like 300 times safer just by having the keep not running far enough around on the platform side. That's why he keeps getting that. Okay, so there's the boss. We're going to run over here. And then right in here is your summons, which is the the same NPC that we spoke to over there. This fight, again, it's pretty much almost identical to the Quelaag fight. You do not need a summon. This guy also does not deal the best damage. He also, for his build, you'd think is like a tank. He doesn't take that much damage from the golem either. But he is a reasonably good distraction to have, just like the Quelaag fight. I do not intend for him to help me with the fight at all. I just want to show you guys where he is, who he is, etc. Alright, so as we come in, keep in mind he will throw his weapon. You can either roll under it or just dodge it. What you want to do is immediately run to his back, and we want to attack this leg. Okay. And then keep attacking the leg. And there you go. He will fall off, and that is the end of the fight. As I said, no intention of that guy helping me at all. I think he got like one hit in, if that. Alright, and that's it. That is Sen's Fortress done. The only other thing we could have done is, as I said, if you bring your arrows, you can poison this lovely giant here, and then essentially destroy the trap mechanism altogether. However, I don't see a reason as to why you would come back to this area, so just bear that in mind. But anyway, off to Anor Londo to get our Lord's Vessel. We are only 30 minutes into the recording so far, so I think we should be able to do a decent section of Anor Londo. I don't know if we'll be able to do the whole thing, because I don't want the videos to go over an hour, or if they do, not exceedingly much. So we'll see how far we get in Anor Londo. But the hardest part is actually getting to Anor Londo. Once you're here, this is where things, well, let me change that. Once Orenstein and Smo are defeated, it's where things start getting easier. Because then you have the Lord Vessel, and it does grant you the ability to fast travel, which is way easier than running back to everything. Ooh, sorry, wrong button, guys. Now, there are some pretty good weapons you can get here. Also, the gargoyles that were a boss, as you can see down on the bridge. In this area, there are 2 of them, if I recall, and they are no longer a boss, they're just a regular enemy now. So these guys you can farm. Their halberd is actually ridiculously powerful. But before you do that, I would strongly suggest coming over here and getting your first bonfire just in case you die. With the weapon we have right now, sorry guys, I don't see that happening, but it is always good to have a respawn in the area that you are currently in. All right, so we are going to also get rid of the Iron Golem's soul. Alternatively, you can level up a axe weapon to its max, and then you can use this boss soul at the giant blacksmith, which we will be finding in this area, to essentially unlock the boss weapon for the golem, which is the golem's axe. I am not a fan of it, so we're just going to utilize it as souls and get a couple more levels into health. Health, we only want to get up to 25, and then from then on, we are essentially only going to max out strength. Like, everything is going to go into strength. I don't recall us having, I was just going to say, I didn't think we had a soul. Alright, oh, wrong button. Just to be safe. One more time. There we go. Alright, let's get this done, eh? Okay, first things first, we're gonna go to the left, because this area there's a mimic, as well as 3 of these knights, and then pretty much until we get the Lord Vessel, going to the left is essentially useless. This is where we will be heading to fight Sen eventually. The only thing you gotta watch out for on these guys, their reach. Their reach is ridiculous. I mean, granted, I mean, look at the weapon they're using. Interesting. My dude literally just jumped right through. Oh, okay. I didn't think that was gonna hit us, but alright. As you can see, they also give 1,500 souls each. Oh, damn! I'm telling you, man, it's the YouTube luck. Alright, so let's take a look at this really quick. So there it is, the Giant's Halberd. So this is an extremely good weapon. I know it doesn't look like it now, but it does have a moveset very similar to the weapon we are currently using, and it does scale pretty well once you have it fully upgraded. But these guys are not too hard, as you can see. Like, bait the shield dash, or alternatively... Okay, so wait, hang on, before I continue with that. As you can see, this chain is facing forward, and if you look extremely close, you can occasionally see the chest move. This one has the chain facing away, and is safe to grab. No, Twinkling Titanite, amazing. So there's 2 ways we can go about this, okay? You can either fight it. If you looked really closely there, you would have just seen it move. Or another thing you can do, I don't think a lot of people know about this, is if you have a Lloyd's Talisman, okay? Throw it, he will fall asleep, and you can get the item while he's sleeping. Now, the only problem with that is, again, these guys also give souls, right? I like my souls. So, we're gonna kill him anyway, just to get the souls. 2k souls is not bad. But do keep in mind, if you have the Lloyd's Talismans, in PvE, they're essentially useless. In PvP, they're pretty good. If you throw them and the opponent gets hit by it, it does give a stasis effect for a set period of time, in which they are not allowed to use Estus. So essentially you're stopping them from healing altogether, which is very useful. But anyway, we're going to come over here to the right now. Same thing, you want to head to one side, and only aggro one of them at a time, because as easy as it is to fight one of them, it does get a little bit more complicated when you have to fight two of them. They're very, very slow, but they do deal an exceedingly large amount of damage. But all in all, they're not that bad. Especially if you bait them out and fight only one at a time. The only thing is, again, do not be fooled. Their weapon range is ridiculous. There you go. That's both these bad boys down. Now, you could fight the ones at the end. I don't see a point. Are you facing forward? You are facing backwards. When in doubt, attack it. There you go. Demon Titanite. Ooh, so the one other thing I didn't show you guys is from that chest with the Mimic, we did get the Crystal Halberd. I swear we got the Crystal Halberd. I must be a little on the... There we go, Crystal Halberd. So it's very similar to the other crystal weapons. It does high damage, but durability is a problem. So keep that in mind if you want to start rocking it. But I mean, as an alternative to the Black Knight's Halberd, it is a very strong alternative. Alright, so now we're actually going to get into our meat and potatoes here. One thing I do want to do is I will switch this back out for the Chloranthy ring, just so we can get our stamina. Because fighting a few of these things is going to become a pain in the butt. Alright, here we go. Anor Londo. First things first, we gotta take care of our dear friend, the gargoyle. But I don't recall if there is a soul item here. There is not. Okay. Alright, let's deal with our friend. If you guys didn't get the weapon from him in the boss fight, the tail weapon, this is a great time to get it. Woo! Alright, boss. That only works one time, sir. One time. See you later. Ooh! Okay, the helm is also not bad. Not a great helmet, but not bad. Okay, so as you guys can see, it does look like we're a little trapped, right? The elevator is up. This is where a lot of people start getting lost in Anor Londo because it is a bit of platforming. What you want to do is we're going to head over to this side, drop down slowly so you don't fall off, and then you're going to head up this roof ledge here. Try to stay in the middle because I have had it before where it'll clip and slide you off the edge, which is incredibly annoying. Alright, once you're up, you're good to go. And we're going to go inside for the Painted Guardians. So, these guys have arguably the best dex weapon in the game. I think it's called the Painted Guardian Sword. You can dual wield it as well. The attack speed is ridiculously fast, but the drop rate is extremely low. So do keep that in mind if you're planning to farm for it. The drop rate is abysmal. But if you can get that, it is probably the best dex weapon in the game. I highly doubt we're going to get it, because as I said, the drop rate is exceedingly low. Alright, once you're here, we're going to head up the ladder. Now, this is where the platforming becomes a little annoying. You fall from here, you are dead, we're starting the whole thing all over again. So, shields out, and it's time to do the baiting game. These guys also have a ranged attack where they're essentially just going to stay from far and just continuously bombard you with throwing knives, but just remain patient, bait them out, and as you can see, they will take care of themselves. That should have killed him. Okay, game. Alright, before we head down, we do want to come over here and cut the chandelier down to get one of the items off of it. And then we are just going to be ever so careful. I cannot tell you, even as a veteran Souls player, how many times I have died by just falling off this stupid thing. The only thing you want to keep in mind is even though you're blocking, if they hit you, there is a little bit of pushback. So that's why I moved up to the center of this platform instead of staying there, because I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, this is how our friend here died. Oh, so he was fighting. Oh. Never mind. He just, I don't know what he did there. He, I guess he saw the cleavage of the gods and was like, yo, oh my god. And yes, before anybody says anything, I am very familiar that Guinevere is just damn. But anyway, moving on. Ignoring those. Very hard to ignore them, but we're gonna try our best. We're gonna come on down here. And we're gonna come through here. And yay, we are by the elevator. So, here comes the fun part. There's gonna be another gargoyle now. Isn't this fun? Really? 2 back to back? Yes, 2 back to back. There's our dear friend right there. As you can see, he is stuck. Unfortunately, we do have to lower this, so don't be too happy. You will be seeing him very soon. The only thing is, I don't recall, does this lead to the bottom of the Painted Guardian section yet, or is it after we rotate it? It is after we rotate it. Okay. We do want to head to the bottom, because it does give us access to the DLC. We will be doing the DLC, but we will be doing the DLC after we beat this area and unlock fast travel. Just because, other than that, if you enter the DLC, you're essentially going to be trapped there without the ability to warp bonfires until you actually beat the DLC boss. And there you see, he's already coming for us. He's already like, hey, what's up, brother? It's like, you killed my boy. Yes, I did, sir. Ah, darn, I thought I was two-handing. There we go. Done. Got the gargoyle shield and another helm. Yay. Alright, so let's go down first, get this out of the way. We're already at 47 minutes, so we will not be doing Orenstein and Smo on this episode, but we will actually get into Anor Londo and unlock the first bonfire. Okay. Thank you for the souls. Don't know who that was, but thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, like, did somebody fall? I swear, if these guys just drop a Painted Guardian sword, like what happened with the Giant's Halberd, I'm going to be so upset that we didn't do a dex build, because this weapon is absolutely, like, just like the Black Knight Halberd, it's essentially game-breaking, in my opinion. It's literally the dex version of the Black Knight Halberd. Okay, so probably the worst thing that could have happened. I shouldn't have done that. There we go. Don't tell me. Oh, brother, I was about to say that's not even fair. Okay, we're gonna lure these two out. There's one, there's another one behind this pillar. Just because, again, it's kind of a similar situation to the giants. They're very easy when they're alone. At the moment there's a few of them, that's where the problem begins. So what you want to do is come at it from an angle. This guy's pathing is completely destroyed. I was gonna say, dude, you're just gonna stay far and attack me all day? Don't you dare. Don't do it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Did it again. Fortunately, these guys seem quite happy just staying far and throwing knives. Hopefully one of them will get baited into melee. If his pathing wasn't completely destroyed. Okay, screw this. As I said, very easy to kill, but they do have the potential to deal a lot of damage, so you gotta treat them with a little bit of respect. Alright. Over here, grab the black iron set, grab some more throwing knives, it looks. Oh my god! You gotta be joking me. Alright, well, there it is, boys. That is the painted guardian sword. So, without even trying for it, we've already gotten one. As you can see, already unupgraded. It has an A scaling in dex. It's absolutely ridiculous. Once you get it up, it does get a S scaling. Plus, like I said, the attack speed is ridiculous, and if I remember correctly, it also deals bleed damage. So on top of that, you get the two of them together. Oh my lord. Also, that is the painting that you have to interact with to enter the first DLC. We will be doing it. However, first things first, we have to get the Lord's Vessel. Because I have gone there and gotten stuck many a time. Well, in my earlier years of Dark Souls. Now, to be honest with you, getting to Priscilla is essentially a cakewalk, as you'll see when we do it. Excuse me. On top of that, besides just being a cakewalk, she does not take much damage to kill, to be very honest with you. Anyway, we're gonna get to the first bonfire, which is literally right in that tower there. But in order to get there, we've got to do probably, in some players' opinion, the most annoying part of this game. And that is entirely due to just one lovely Black Knight Archer. Oh, your shield actually absorbed that, my friend. Are you gonna fight, or are you just gonna be a wuss? Oh, you're gonna fight. Bye-bye. Can you drop me anything? Oh. Wouldn't mind your shield. Whoo, brother. Easy. I was kind of hoping you went for the shield bash. Okay. What are iframes, right, boys? What are iframes? Oh my goodness, I'm seemingly having a lot of trouble with this gentleman. Right. Yeah, we're just gonna run away for a second. We're gonna get all our health back, and then we're gonna re-engage. Again, you want to be calm, you want to be cool, you want to be collected. You do not want to panic in this game. If you panic in this game, you are dead. Cannot stress that enough. Do not panic. Do not panic. No idea where my camera just went there for a second. It's okay, brother. It's okay. Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. Thank you. Goodbye. Can you give me that shield? Nope. Of course not. Ooh. What's up, dude? Free kill? Thanks. You have a good one now. Okay, these guys. Let's get into these awesome, lovely enemies who are not annoying at all. Yeah, right. These lovely flying demons here can be the bane of your existence if you're not careful. So my advice, as always, is to play the baiting game. Bait one, fight one, fall back. They are not too hard to kill, as you saw with the one up there. But they do deal a considerable amount of damage, not with that attack, but they do have a lightning attack, which can be extremely annoying. I was going to say we might actually be able to... Oh! Please, don't fly, don't fly, don't fly, don't fly. Awesome. I dodge, it does nothing. Their weapon is also not terrible, if you can get it, but again, also very rare drop. So, we're gonna come on down here, shields up, and again, there's two of them hiding here. We're just gonna try to bait one out at a time. These are definitely not two enemies you want to fight at the same time. And let's lead him back up. Oh, or he can get stuck. Whoa, that is the attack I was warning you guys about. It is a pain in the butt. But once one is dead, it's very simple. Essentially just run around the corner, kill the second one. And now we are to the part that everybody absolutely hates, and this is probably the one part of the game mostly responsible for more players quitting the game than anything else. You have two very amazing people here. They are definitely not trying to be cheesy in any way. And essentially what they're going to do, they've stopped because they've lost aggro now, but we have to run up this platform and then around past this knight here. So this is the annoying part, because as you run, they're going to again gain aggro and start shooting. The damage from the arrows is not what you want to be worried about. What you want to be worried about is the throwback that the arrows do, considering we are on a ledge. So we're gonna wait for him to shoot, and you are going to run, and you are not going to stop running. If you stop running, you will get hit. We are going to switch to our shield. We're going to roll, and we're going to die, as you can see. Yay, 35,000 souls gone. Okay. I'm not going to make you guys sit through the run back. I am going to get the run back done, and then I will show you guys from there. So, see you guys once we get back to our friend. I mean, on the bright side, it is 5,500 souls every time we do the run back, but it is getting a little on the old side, if you know what I'm saying, boys. But yeah, this is the exact reason why this one area was responsible, or not was, probably still is responsible for more people quitting the game than anything else. And it's solely just because of this one archer. Okay, now that this nonsense is done, so if you come around here to the back now that he's dead, you can roll off here, and that is essentially, in my opinion, Anor Londo done. So you come in here, and then the first door on your left is your bonfire, where we will find our second interaction with our dear friend Solaire. Just going to do that so we can have the bonfire. We're going to exhaust his dialogue again. Okay. All right, boys, and then yeah, we will continue from here in the next episode. So far, doing good. The only thing I am a little sad about is that we only got one Twinkling Titanite this episode. I was kind of hoping for 2, just so we could get the halberd to level 4. But I do know of a location inside Anor Londo where we can get one. Well, actually 2. So we will have the weapon as a +4 before we fight Ornstein and Smo. Actually, I'm just gonna use my souls. We are 1 level away from where we want our vitality to be. Then we can end off on that stam. I think I might get up 2 more levels just to have it at 20. And then everything else is going into strength. We're going to try to get strength, hopefully up to 45 before the end of the game, if not 50. But that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Next episode, it's off to the dynamic duo. So that should be fun. Look forward to seeing you there. All right, until next time, have a good one.